So, hello and welcome to Let's Talk SEO. There has been an alarming increase in the number of Google business profiles losing their five-star reviews. So, after a client reached out to me maybe like a week or so ago, I started to dig into this. And what I found was an alarming number of reviews being removed by Google. 100% genuine reviews being removed by Google. I also ran across this article by gambp.com done quite a bit of research into Google business reviews being removed, what causes them to be removed, the enforcement measures, possibly what you can do to prevent this removal of your review, something I'll talk about towards the end of the video. But it suffice to say that there has been an alarming increase in the number of reviews being removed, and the majority of these reviews are five-star reviews. And there's a link in the description to this article. If you want to go and read the article, you can do that. Otherwise, I've gone ahead and done the reading for you. So there are a few things here that we would like to start with. So the number one problem with Google removing reviews is that when you start losing reviews, you also start losing your visibility with it. So if Google removes 30 out of your 100 reviews from a Google business profile, but your competitors' reviews have not been removed, then you're gonna lose your visibility. In some cases, like in the case of my client, he lost half of his visibility as perfectly good five-star reviews were removed from his Google business profile, which has absolutely nothing to do with anything else in his business. There's nothing wrong with his business. He didn't ask those people to leave reviews, but they were organic reviews. They were left by paying customers that were happy with the service. So we did a bit of research and we figured that, we just look into how these reviews are being removed. So the first thing we found was there are a few industries that are highly susceptible to their reviews getting removed. The first being the top one being number one being the restaurant industry. And the restaurant industry loses most of their five-star reviews, even if they're 100% genuine, because Google suspects that the restaurant, like many other restaurants, may have offered a favor or something free to the reviewer in return for a five-star review. And so if you look at the chart, you will see that the restaurant industry, has the highest number of five-star reviews removed, followed by the home services industry, which interestingly has more one-star and two-star reviews removed compared to the five-star reviews removed, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Brick and mortar shops, which are regular stores. So with them, again, highest number of five-star reviews being removed compared to the lowest number of one or two stars being removed. These affected, interestingly, is the travel industry, and because they have an equal number of five-star and one-star reviews being removed. So the interesting thing over here is that the stars in between, like the three stars and the four stars, if you look at the graph, they're not removed. Probably a 70% chance that your three-star and your four-star reviews will not be removed by Google, but you have a problem with your one-star review, which is fine if you want to, if Google wants to remove the one-star review, the two-star review, and the five-star review. Then we had the geography of these removals. Again, if you look at the charts over here, the highest number of reviews being removed are in the US, UK, Canada, and Australia. So the English-speaking world is seeing the highest number of their five-star reviews being removed. You also then have Germany, which has the lowest number of five-star reviews being removed, but one of the reasons being that they have these strict laws against anti-defamation. So you just can't leave someone or an establishment a one-star review because they can, probably go to the police against you. But then I would also add over here, which is not in the article, even countries like in India, Pakistan, UAE, Kuwait, Qatar, all of these places, Google doesn't really touch the five-star, the one-star, the two-star reviews. None of these reviews get touched. If you leave someone a fake five-star review, Google will not do anything. I have not seen reviews being removed from businesses in these regions because I'm very familiar with businesses in these regions as I am with the US and Canada, the UK and Australia. And this is a pattern I've noticed maybe over the past 10 years that Google just doesn't probably know how to remove those reviews or make sense of the reviews because they're not left by native English speakers. So that's the number one challenge. And the number two challenge is that they're, Google is not incentivized enough to remove those reviews. Okay, so if someone has a bunch of fake 5-star reviews in a restaurant in Qatar, Google is not incentivized to uh, regulate or remove those reviews, so they don't put resources towards them, which is why, I have not have had clients in the Middle East tell me that the reviews were removed. It's just that in the native English speaking world, this is a problem with Google. And I'll go into why that is the issue. You know, so if your reviews are removed, so one of the things you can do is that you can submit an appeal and it will go into the appeal process, which can take anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks and sometimes even longer. And even then, they might say, we're not going to reinstate your reviews. There's a 50-50 chance that your reviews will be reinstated. In my case, I've been able to reinstate a lot of the reviews that my clients lost. But this specific client that reached out to me, I will be putting in a request to review the decision so that we can get the reviews back. I'm hopeful that those reviews will come back. So that's the first thing you can do if you notice that your reviews have been removed, especially your 5-star reviews. The second thing you should always do is that if someone leaves an unfair 1-star review, respond to it and then report that review to Google. So when you do that, what happens is that Google's automated systems and Google's entire system is automated will read the review and read your response and make a decision. 9 out of 10 times, if your response is good, that 1-star review will be removed. Okay. So just make sure that you're appealing as soon as possible. So if someone leaves a review today, respond within a week, ideally within 48 hours. The next thing and the third thing you should do if you find that your reviews are being removed is to consistently monitor your reviews. So as soon as you see a bunch of reviews being removed or have been removed, you have this history where all these reviews have been recorded. So you can email Google with an appeal, with a screenshot, and tell them why those reviews shouldn't be removed and who those people are that left those reviews. And then if they ask for proof, you have the ability to provide that proof and get those reviews reinstated. So finally, I just want to close with, finally, let me just close with this. If you send too many appeals to Google, reinstating your reviews, that could also end up with Google suspending your Google business profile. So just make sure that you're not sending a lot of these appeals to Google, because in one case I had this issue where it ended up with the Google business profile being suspended. The situation now has become even worse, but with good monitoring, so with active monitoring, understanding Google systems. So with constant monitoring, you should be able to stay on top of Google's latest policies when it comes to reviewing and removing reviews. And if your reviews were removed, you can go ahead and appeal to Google and get those reviews reinstated. So I hope you guys found the video useful. Like, subscribe as always, leave a comment below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Happy ranking.